Good morning, Wilmington. My name is Vincenza, and I have my dynamic co-host with me today, Ivan. Say hi, Ivan.
Good morning, Wilmington. Vin, how you doing? How you doing?
Doing okay.
Awesome,
It's Friday, March 4th, 2022.
TGI Mother F. Nah, I'm joking.
TGIF.
Y'all thought it was coming,
I love
right?
it.
They
I
thought
love
it was
it.
coming. The whole crew turned around was like, no, TGIF. Thank God it's Friday going into Saturday.
Yes. Busy weekend for me.
Busy week for you. It was a busy week for you.
Oh, yes.
What you got planned for the weekend?
Working at V&N Bistro. Hopefully we're very busy. What do you have planned for
I'm
the
laughing.
weekend?
And forgive me, I'm laughing because you looked at me like, work.
Work.
Like that's what I do, I work.
That's okay.
Today, when I get out of here, right back to the field house, where we're producing the A-10 basketball game for the city of Wilmington and ESPN Plus. So we're knocking that out. Shout out to DETV over there handling that. And then after that, man, I'm gonna try to relax this weekend.
You should. You've had a very busy week. Tell us a little bit about the renaming of the street.
Dave Woolley.
Yes.
Dave Woolley happened on Wednesday on the renaming of the street. Dave Woolley, if you don't know, entrepreneur here in Wilmington. One of the guys, honestly, and if you do the research, you'll find out that he had the idea for the waterfront 30-something years ago. Yeah, so make sure you check that out, Dave Woolley. So City of Wilmington came together and said, you know what, we're going to give this guy an award, and how he said it that day, award versus reward. They gave him an award of renaming the street after.
Yes.
He worked with, and he just got his documentary picked up by CNN Films for, who was it? Dionne Warwick. So make sure you check that out, Google that. Amazing. I didn't know Dionne was she was just an awesome person, but had a beautiful career. He worked with a lot of entertainers, A-list entertainers, and was bringing them here to Delaware. So shout out to Dave Woolley. We love you, brother, and keep inspiring. But most of all, his message was for the kids. It was for the ones that come up behind him, you know. So, oh gosh, I think we got a clip. I think we do have a clip, so we can play that real quick.
It's truly a humbling experience for me. But when I think about me and I think about today's historical event, it really isn't about me. It really is about the next Dave Woolley, the next young man in this town, this beautiful town of Wilmington, Delaware, or next young lady who wants to be an entrepreneur. It's important for them to believe in something that they cannot see. It's important for them to believe in something that they cannot see.
Excellent. I'm sure it was a big turnout as well.
Yes, everyone was there.
From
City Council President Trippy Congo to Darius Brown. Everyone was there. The janitors down the street was there. The guy that owned the old Ambrosia Club was there. So it was a great turnout.
Excellent.
I loved it.
Well, there's also a big event happening right now. Do More 24.
I want to say it's like the day of giving, but I think that's the day after Thanksgiving. The 2 days of Thanksgiving. But yeah, Do More 24 is in full effect. If you do or feel encouraged to donate, look for DETV or hit the link below and you'll see our Do More 24 where your contribution and your partnership will help us keep the station going and create some amazing shows like this for the community, by the community, and all that great stuff.
Yes. So you know how we at Good Morning Wilmington love celebrating national days.
Yes.
Guess what today is?
What is today? Wait a minute. What's today, Vincenzo?
National Employee Appreciation Day, Ivan.
So does that mean I gotta get all my employees something?
I think
they like this. They're like, yes.
Everyone in the background's like, yes, we're waiting, Ivan. I think today.
I'm gonna give them a day off.
I think that's wonderful.
Saturday.
Saturday. Oh wait, they have that day off.
Right.
Well, I think you and I being in our leadership positions, with you running the ship at DETV and me leading V&N Bistro, I think we should make a shout out to our team.
Okay.
Because you know what we say, it takes a village. And teamwork makes the dream work.
Makes the dream work.
So we'll make a shout out to all of our team at both of our businesses. We appreciate you.
Yes.
We respect you. We are very, very grateful for your continued work ethic, support to the mission, to the vision of what we're doing. And again, it does take a village.
Oh,
so
no, it
very
does.
Grateful for
And you're
for our
absolutely-
employees and our team.
We couldn't do it without our team, and that's one thing that we want the younger generation to understand, that there's no one man is not an island,
Right.
you know. And I couldn't do anything. He looked at me like I said that backwards. Did I say it backwards? So he looked at me like, nah, brother, because I'm always jacking something up, like biblical scriptures and all that. But it's a whole nother story. But no, thanks to the DETV team, for family.
Yes.
We like to say family because that's exactly what we are. We celebrate each other's accomplishments.
That's right.
But we're also, we'll pull you up if you're wrong.
That's
You know, it's
right.
family. So again,
Yes.
thank you guys. I love you guys. All right, let's get back to the next thing. What else we got, Vincenzo?
Well, we got a great show ahead of us. We have
Beautiful
some
show.
awesome guests. I can't wait to sit down and chat with them.
Yeah.
So
Our next guest, so we're
Yeah,
gonna
we'll
take a
talk-
break, but when
Yes.
we come back from this next guest,
Yeah.
the author of My Little Tomboy, Rachel. Where you at, Rachel? Wave to the camera. That camera. That camera. She's like, what camera? I'm in the box. What camera? When we come right back, we'll be talking to Rachel. That cool?
yeah.
My Little Tomboy.
I did it.
Yep.
Me too.
I did it for my band.
I did it to do this. Vincerò!
I did it for people that want to come here to the Delaware Theater Company.
The people who support the arts in Delaware.
I got vaccinated.
It's quick, easy, and free.
Please join the arts community in Delaware.
And get vaccinated now.
Sitting down on the plaza with us is someone who is no stranger to DETV. She's a basketball coach, sports analyst, author, and now movie producer. Please welcome the author of My Little Tomboy, Rachel Eva Naughton. Thanks, Rachel, for coming.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, let's start with, what you want to start with?
Oh, I would love to touch on what was your inspiration in writing a children's book. I don't know if you know, I'm a huge advocate for promoting literacy. I co-founded a nonprofit literacy organization, which I encourage children to read and practice reading and read more. So that right there was something that I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't wait to meet you and talk to you about your children's book. So tell us a little bit about your children's book.
Well, what inspired me was my youth. And when I was a child, and growing up as an adult, I've learned from the ages from 2 till about 10, if you don't instill certain, strengths in a child, you miss that after those 10 years. So I think it was important for me to write the children's book and share my experiences as a child. One, as an athlete. I grew up with 5 brothers, and I competed with them from going to the bathroom early in the morning, brushing my teeth at a specific time in the bathroom. I had to find that 2 minutes, space to get in there and brush my teeth so I can get out and go downstairs and have breakfast, and then it's fighting for the one basketball that we had as a family, and the one court we had in our backyard, because I had to compete to even get on the court. My brothers, they never picked me to be on their team. So that was, inspiring to me. So I had to go to the park where they just had the luxury of going in the backyard to play. So my neighbor across the street, he taught me all the fundamentals. My brothers did not want to because I'm competing with them.
Right.
As long as I wasn't as good as them, no one would pick me. So now they can have their friends.
Right.
And mom and dad wouldn't get on them and say, look, you have to pick your sister. Well, I had to earn that space. So, I wrote about my experiences as a child and as a young lady. And I was always called a tomboy. I didn't like that stereotype because people would look at young girls just because they excelled at a sport, at a male-dominated sport, and give them this stereotype. Why can't I just be a young lady or a girl that can play sports and that's good at a sport? I even had to play in junior high school on the boys' basketball team. Now I look back and I'm like, wow, I did do that, But back then, I had to fight. I couldn't wear shorts. I had to wear sweatpants. They wore shorts, because the shorts were too short. Now we're able to do all of these things, and I can share those stories amongst other young ladies who are stereotyped and say, oh, you're a tomboy, or, and now they're getting to gender issues. So I think it's more inspiring to write a book so this young child can understand that you're not alone. I've been through it, and this is how I overcame these things. My dad stepped in and reassured me that, yes, you're a young girl, you're my princess. I love you. So I'm a male, you inspired me. So, go out and show the world who you are. And that's what my dad instilled in me as a young lady,
It's awesome.
What do you want children to take away from this book? Or even adults?
I want them to take away the stereotypes. Don't hold you back, and that doesn't define you. being called a tomboy, it made me stronger. I'm like, now I have to compete. So I am a competitor.
Right,
you know?
right,
It made me just want to challenge everything.
Okay.
It's a gift and a curse, you know, but now, you know, as you read through and when we talk about the movie, you'll see where I set limits and boundaries in my challenges. You know, some things we can fight and some things is in our control and not in our control. So I knew where to step back. You know,
Right.
but I want them to take away the inspiration and just know that you're not alone. You know, when you get out that court, just because he's a male doesn't mean that you are different than him. You're going to compete. Now, you're playing a sport.
Right.
You know what I mean? Where women have excelled. Look at the WNBA.
Yeah.
Look at college basketball sports. I mean, we're doing things that the men did.
Right.
We got women dunking.
Yeah, I saw that.
I saw that too.
Oh my gosh.
I saw that too.
You know, we shouldn't be like, oh wow.
Wow, we
you know what I
shouldn't
mean?
be, but
But wow.
Yeah, wow. You know,
We're
now
allowed to be. We're
a lot
allowed to
more female coaches
acknowledge
coaching
it,
men.
yes,
Yeah.
and
You know,
celebrate
look
it.
at Becky Hammond.
Yes.
You know, I loved her when she was in Chicago, you know.
Right.
In college, when she did this one spin move, I said, oh, she's going to be awesome. And look at her, she's coaching men now.
Yeah.
You know,
Nice.
that's inspirational.
Right, and
So-
and that's where I think is important. It's inspirational, and
Yeah.
I can relate. So many people don't know. Growing up, before I entered the pageant world, I was a tomboy. I played sports.
No.
Yes, 10 years. I was a soccer player.
That's awesome.
And I loved it. I loved the competitive side of it,
Yeah.
and I loved competing in a team sport. And I also was on the swim team every summer, but soccer was big in
It's
my
brutal.
household.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
I really loved it, and everyone would call me a tomboy growing up, and I never thought anything of it.
Right.
I'm like, I love sports. There's nothing wrong
Right.
with that. So
Yeah.
I think that this book is something that is necessary, necessary for our youth to read. That it's okay to love sports in a
okay.
male-dominant industry. It's
Absolutely,
okay.
it's okay.
And I love that you put that in a message that you can give to our younger generation to read.
Yes,
And now,
thank you.
what is the age range for the book?
I usually say, because I had someone reach out to me for adults, you know, to read it, you know, and then create a workbook from there.
Wow.
So, but initially, my age group was really like from 2 up
Okay.
until maybe 8 years old.
Okay.
So basketball took you
Places.
where?
Everywhere. Basketball took me all over, you know. It took me to places and had me meet people that I've never thought I met.
Right.
Here I am at the CIAA. I didn't expect to see people that, these are people that you can't touch, reach out and touch,
Right,
you know.
right.
And just here recently, I went to the Harlem Renaissance Classic, you know.
Yeah.
Just,
And you're known. So that we're
You
not
know?
going to skip the fact that you're known. So there are people are probably saying the same, look, I met Rachel.
Yeah,
you
and
know?
I minimize that. You know, I minimize that because I look at other people's accomplishments and minimize my own.
Right.
And I look at theirs like, wow, you're awesome. And they're looking at me like, no, you're awesome. And we're fighting back and forth.
Right, right.
You know, but I see what other people do and it inspires me. And I'm like, well, you know what? You know, that's awesome. You know, I can speak on my acknowledgments, you know, but I allowed them to inspire me when it's already there. I've
Right.
done it, you know. But, you know, I met Charlie Neal. You know who Charlie Neal is? You
Yeah,
know?
yes.
So I'm like, wow, I'm sitting next to this gentleman. You're a legend.
Yeah.
A legend.
And he's busting it up with you about, and you can answer back.
Yes.
You, one thing that you do know is the game.
I know the game.
You know the game.
Yeah.
And I'm
You know?
sure it's so rewarding
Very.
being able to pass your knowledge, your experience to the younger generation
yes.
and give them, you know, what you've learned over the years. I'm
Yes.
sure it's truly rewarding.
You know what's really rewarding? The fact that my last group is in college now. And one is at Seton Hall, Lauren Park Lane. She's phenomenal. I was just talking to Nick last week about her. She's doing wonderful things. You know, all of my players, Kiki, they're all doing wonderful things for the colleges. And they're in
Nice.
Division I, they're free education. That was the key. I always taught them, look, this is a business. Every game for AAU, we're traveling, this is a business.
Right.
Outside of this 94 feet, don't even worry about that right now. We have a
Right.
job to do.
Right.
You're trying to get a free education.
Right.
You know, you're not competing with each other because you all have your own individual skill
That's
and
right.
path, but a free education. So that's what I instilled, and that's what I love, and I love to see and look back where they are now.
That's awesome.
That's rewarding.
That's really, really awesome. Now, let's touch on the movie. Tell me about this film. I don't know much about it. Ivan might know a little bit more.
A little bit.
So tell us, tell our viewers.
Well, the children's book is a movie adaptation, and what it is, I want viewers to see the emotions. Sometimes you don't see it behind the text in the book.
Right.
So I want people to see the emotion and the actual experience of this young lady going through life using basketball as a tool. She dealt with a lot of challenges stemming from age 6 years old, and not a lot of children experienced that, but Eva did. The character's name is Eva, and she experienced a lot of challenges that adults don't even know how to handle. So the weight of the world was on her, but she used basketball. Basketball was her outlet. So the movie explains how she was able to navigate through life using basketball.
That's awesome. So when do we expect the movie to be completed or done, or is it still in production?
Reproduced the pilot. The pilot is done in
Okay.
2020.
Okay.
From there, life just took a shift. We all went through, the
Of course.
pandemic, and a lot of
Yes,
things
of course.
shifted. But we've evolved, and a lot of new things have encountered since then. So we're adding to the script.
Right, right.
So we're looking to, get things finalized in 2023.
Coming
Excellent.
soon.
Coming
soon.
soon. Why-
Coming soon.
Well, I wish you best of luck with that.
Thank you so
That
much.
is exciting.
Thank you so much.
Really,
Thank
really
you so much.
exciting.
Now, did you hear about that little birdie? That little birdie said, that Eva got appointed as an analyst,
Yes.
right, for the MEAC tournament.
I did
yes,
not.
MEAC is huge.
MEAC is huge. and I'm so
Congratulations.
Look at her,
grateful.
she glowing. She happy. Look at her.
Congratulations.
Yes.
That's amazing.
And I am working with none other. Charlie Neal.
Right.
Charlie Neal.
And I think this is a huge honor. It's a blessing.
Right.
I didn't expect it. It fell in my lap. And I'm like, I get to do what I love to do. Just talk basketball.
Basketball.
So this is like the highlight of my life more than anything. Yes, my businesses and everything, but this is the highlight. This is what I love to do. This is what I wake up thinking about.
So you're going to call women and men basketball
Yes.
during the MEAC.
Yes.
When do you do that?
March 9th to the 12th.
Right around the corner.
Right around the corner.
Next week.
Next week.
Congratulations.
Thank you so
oh my
much.
gosh.
Yes.
I know you're going to be on. But like she said, she wake up basketball. I think she wake up like the ball. Can you palm the ball?
I can, actually.
Remember that basketball? No. Oh, you know what we should have did? We should have actually had a court outside to take it outside and see her jump shot. She got killer jump shot.
Yeah, that would have.
See, look at her.
In
look at
heels.
her. In heels.
In heels.
In heels.
Clear heels.
I
got
told you,
clear
we
heels.
do it all now. We know how to play in heels, slippers, barefoot, skirts.
That's what I want to see. I want to see you on a TikTok, right? That you just dribbling, boom, 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 in
I got
heels.
you. I got you.
All right.
I got
all
you.
It's a challenge now.
Right.
TikTok challenge.
I got you.
Where can people find more information or purchase the book?
Amazon has separate place. Ex Libris is my publisher, exlibris.com, or Amazon. Amazon is probably the easiest way because it's so well known. You see trucks riding up and down the road. But Amazon, yes. And you can find me on Instagram having fun. I talk about everything. There's Eva_preneur, Eva_preneur.
Excellent.
Like entrepreneur.
Like entrepreneur.
Yes.
There you go. There you go.
Rachel, I wish you so much luck on
Thank
the
you so
next
much.
chapter. I can just sense your passion, but you are so humble.
Thank you.
I mean, you're truly accomplished woman.
yeah.
Like, you're truly an accomplished woman, but you are so humble.
Thank you.
And I think that is what's needed for our younger generation. You are a true role model, and I wish
thank
you
you.
lots of luck in the next chapter. And come back again.
Absolutely,
Yes, we need to have her back on the show
Yeah, well,
again.
right. I want to hear all the other books. Are there other books in the
I
making?
actually have written 2 more. I have a sequel, because eventually the ultimate goal is to have a cartoon series.
Excellent.
And, all right.
But I
we're
do
gonna
want
talk-
you
we're gonna
guys to
send-
see a clip. We do
Right.
have a clip. I'm
Okay.
not sure if you're going to show a clip of the film.
Oh, no. We're going to show the clip when,
Okay.
when we go to break.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
Check it out.
Yo, I got next.
A girl? Who you got?
Yeah, and the girl bust your ass. I got him.
I got him.
I got him.
soon as I got here, I just felt the warm embrace of the community, man. Like, what y'all got going on is wonderful. And no wonder y'all called the work group, because y'all putting that work in. For real, seriously, y'all getting the work done.
We are committed to creating the best Riverside we can with the community, for the community.
How would I describe DETV?
DETV is a group of us who are just doing what we love to do best, and that's bringing Delawareans the news that's been missing for far too long in TV news.
DETV to me is a bunch of hardworking professionals that come in and day out to provide the best content, the best programming that we can provide, because we care about this state and the viewers and the residents, our neighbors, our communities, our families, our friends. And we want to just provide them with the best content possible, and we're so privileged to be able to do so.
I would describe DETV as a powder keg. Energy undefined.
Welcome back, everyone. Sitting down with us now is the president of University of Delaware's Phi Kappa Tau Fraternity, Paolo Pesce, and their philanthropy chairman, Ryan Wolff. Welcome, gentlemen.
Thank you for having us.
Thanks for coming.
Yes. So tell us a little bit about Phi Kappa Tau.
Sure. Well, we're a social fraternity on the campus of University of Delaware. Our mission is to champion a lifelong commitment to brotherhood, learning, ethical leadership, and exemplary character. And that's just exactly what we try to do on campus. We're a chapter of 65 young men, and we're working on some great things, I would say.
What great things?
A lot of philanthropy. We're incredibly passionate about philanthropy and raising money for all different various causes. Anything ranging from UDance, which is a huge campus-wide philanthropy event, and that benefits children battling cancer and their families, as well as we've recently done campaigns for the Delaware Coalition for Domestic Violence Victims, and then one of our biggest events, the annual Phi Tau 5K for Bruce.
Nice.
Wow.
Nice.
Wow. So many people come out from that for that event, for the 5K?
Yeah. Traditionally, it's been one of the largest events in one of the largest 5Ks in the state of Delaware. So we're trying to revive it, as it's been dormant for a number of years. So.
Well, that's awesome that you guys are taking lead and bringing it back so people can be involved and a part. And I know that both of you are very, very much hands-on on campus, not just with the fraternity, but for University of Delaware, making a difference in the community and doing some amazing things. But before we dive into all these amazing events coming up, tell us a little bit about like what year are you at UD, your major? We'll start with you, Paolo, and then we'll go to you, Ryan.
Sure. Well, I'm a junior at the University of Delaware studying finance. I'm a local Delaware guy. I went to Smyrna High School, graduated class of 2019, and grew up there.
Nice.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Thank you.
My son was at Smyrna.
Oh.
Yeah.
Small world. Well, it's Delaware.
2 degrees of separation.
Yes.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, I think we cousins.
Ryan.
I'm a junior accounting major at the University of Delaware. I'm a legal studies minor from a small town in Jersey, New Jersey, I should say. Tin Falls, right by the beach, nice and close. I miss it every day.
I bet you do.
Yeah, it's a little different,
The values, what are the core values of your fraternity?
One of the main values is brotherhood, and that's what we really preach, because with a positive brotherhood, with a strong brotherhood, we can accomplish pretty much anything else. And obviously service, which is something that we really push on all of our members to join this fraternity. It's more than just a club to hang out and have fun. It's, we want to have a positive impact on our community.
Yeah, and speaking of positive impact, has the fraternity, like I know about black fraternities, right? I'm a sorority. I don't know anything about white fraternities, and I say it's basically the same thing, right? Core values, all about the community.
Yeah.
What I love to hear is the success of the fraternity, but most of all, the success of you. Like, how did the fraternity change you? Or did you hear about the fraternity before you went, when you went to University of Delaware? And when you got there, like, how did it change you from, the very beginning to who you are now?
Yeah, it's been a drastic change, I would say. I mean, I came in to the University of Delaware as like a scared freshman, not really knowing what to do, where to find my group, where I would fit in. And then I just went around and I started rushing, is what it's called when you kind of go around trying to find a fraternity to join. And then I stumbled upon Phi Tau, and just the guys that I met there, I really clicked with, and I really, I felt like we had like a good connection. I could really see myself with that group of guys. We held the same values, and then I ended up joining, and then I became the chapter president May of 2020. So that was towards the end of my freshman year. I was one of the youngest chapter presidents on campus, and it was really daunting at first. It was a huge undertaking for a freshman student, but since then I've just run with it, and it's honestly been some of the best leadership experience of my entire life, I have to say.
How about you?
Well, I was a little different. I came into college not knowing a single thing about Phi Kappa Tau and that stuff, but one of my closest friends who I'm living with this year, he introduced me to a great bunch of guys, and that's when I kind of fell in love, and we've been taking it all from there. We've been skyrocketing past like everyone's like expectations. We are the #1 fraternity for UDance for fundraising, like the highest paid one. We are very big on like making sure that we make a difference within the world.
That's awesome. So let's touch on UDance. Tell us about the event for those who may not know what it is. I know what it is because I know it's. So okay, tell us about UDance. Let's go for it.
UDance is a 100% nonprofit organization. It raises money for the Andrew McDonough B Positive Foundation. Helps families with children with cancer, like support them financially. So like anything related to like medical bills or like rent, to make sure that families don't have to struggle, so they can just focus on their child at that time. That's what we do. We provide that support for them so they don't have to worry about anything else in the world besides their loved one.
Excellent. So tell us about the event itself. Now it's a big event. I believe all of University of Delaware is involved.
Yeah.
I feel like everyone knows about it now. Whereas when I was a University of Delaware graduate, I believe it just had the talks of it, but it wasn't big. And then over the years, I noticed it was growing and growing. Now, why don't you tell us about the event itself?
So the day of, it's going to be about 12 whole hours. It's going to be nonstop, like standing. We don't stop. We dance for a cure. Basically, that's our slogan. 12 hours of complete fundraising activities just to get everyone involved. I believe we're expected to have around 3,000 to 3,500 people in attendance in total. So we're hoping that's a huge hit this year.
Now, is it only for University of Delaware students, or can others attend the event?
Others can attend. It's mostly for the University of Delaware students, but I've seen other people attend the event as well.
Okay, that's awesome. I mean, I love events on campus, and I love that you're open to the community to be a part of it, the city of Newark to be a part of it, which I think is so important. You always help the community will help you.
That's right. The 5K run for Bruce, tell us about that. And who is Bruce?
Sure, so Bruce was a local Delaware high school student who was paralyzed back in 1981 in a high school football game. So some of the brothers knew him, knew his family, and they decided to put together this 5K. And all the proceeds went towards him, his family, the lifestyle changes that he needed as a quadriplegic, and all of the various challenges that they would encounter. And then since then, Bruce reached a point where he no longer needed the help. So the 5K pivoted, and it would go around throughout the years and find like a local beneficiary. And now all the proceeds have been put towards Serious Fun Children's Network, which is our fraternity, our national organization. That's our national philanthropy. So we raise money for this group, and it's essentially a collection of summer camps throughout the nation, and they offer terminally ill children and their families sort of a shot at having a normal summer, where the kids can go there and they have time away from their illness, they have time away from hospitals and treatments, and they can just have a normal childhood, have a fun experience together. So it's really an awesome, it's one of the best things that I've ever been a part of. And we've had the privilege in the past of sending a brother or two every summer to go volunteer there. But unfortunately, due to COVID, we've had to table that for now, but we're really hoping to get back into that and send guys.
And you will get back. I think we're on a nice pace of getting back to normal and getting back to these events, because these events are necessary for not just the brotherhood at Phi Kappa Tau, but also at University of Delaware and in Delaware. Now, when is the 5K?
The 5K is going to be April 7th. It's going to
Okay.
be a Thursday at 6:30 p.m.
Okay, located where?
Olin Thompson Park in Newark,
Okay.
Delaware.
Okay,
It's
so,
right off the road by the quarry in Newark.
Okay.
and right across the street from Timothy's restaurant.
Okay, yeah, right on the,
Yeah.
like, got you, roger that.
got it.
What do you want, that we might have missed? What else do you want people to know about your fraternity?
Just that, I mean, there's obviously these depictions in films and pop culture of what a fraternity's like, and then it's just this
Party on the beach.
Exactly. Wild guys, yeah. And I feel like that's couldn't be further from the truth. We're so much more than that. We're not just a bunch of college kids getting together and hanging out and partying. There's so much more that we hope to accomplish, and we really want to build each other into better men and really just have a positive impact on the communities that allow us to function within them. So.
And I have to recognize that. I actually know Paolo very well, and I have to recognize that in him, what he's been doing on campus in this leadership position, because yes, you are the youngest to be the president, to hold this leadership role at your fraternity, and you are a true role model amongst your brothers. I'm saying this, and I mean this genuinely, because I've watched you grow, and I'm seeing what you are doing for the University of Delaware, and they're very lucky to have you, as well as you, Ryan. I'm just getting to know you, but I just to mention what Paolo's been doing, we need more of this. We need more leadership in the community at University of Delaware, and what you're doing. You keep up the good work. That's awesome.
Thank you. And I certainly can't take all the credit. I wouldn't be able to do anything that I do without the great group of guys I'm surrounded with. So without them, and we have tons of guys on our executive board and just members at large in the chapter who do so much work to help us accomplish our goals.
What's that brotherhood like? Like, what type of brothers are you? What qualifications, qualities do the brothers need to have to be a part of?
Honestly, it's a lot less than you would think. They just need to be, essentially one of our slogans is turning men of character into men of distinction. So they just have to have that character where they want to benefit their community, they want to be a gentleman, they want to be chivalrous, they want to help benefit people and mesh well with the brotherhood, and that's really all we look for. I would say we're one of the most diverse groups on campus. We have guys from all different walks of life, all different states. Like, it's just a really great atmosphere, and you could do anything. Like, we hang out together, we play sports together, we study together, we do anything under the sun together, honestly. There's not a moment in my day where I'm not side by side with at least one guy.
Right. They're your family.
Yeah, exactly.
They're your extended family.
Exactly. Yeah.
well, why don't you let our viewers know how they can get more involved with You Dance? Is there a website they can go to for that?
Yeah.
And what do we need? Do we need sponsors? Do we need donors, volunteers?
So
Let us know.
UDance is a year-long fundraising event. You can donate however much you want, whenever you want. If you go to udancede.org, there's a button that says, big blue button that says donate.
Okay.
Click on that, and then you can fill out all the information. You can be anonymous if you don't want, but it's highly recommended that you do, because we want people to realize you're making a difference, and it's good that you're making a difference as well. And then we also have this thing called blue envelopes, where we mail out envelopes to people we know, and then they can mail back a check or something, or they just.
Gotta love that.
Great idea.
Y'all got that right there?
That's a great idea. Very clever. Well, I love that. I love that you guys are very involved and very active. I wish you lots of luck with the 5K. I wish you lots of luck with You Dance, and you guys have to come back on the show to tell us more about how we can support you, the Greek Life, University of Delaware, and especially Phi Kappa Tau. So thank you guys.
Thanks, guys.
Yes, appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back.
Yes.
This is serious. Serious strength. Serious resilience. Serious joy. Serious fun. It all started over 3 decades ago when our founder, Paul Newman, had an idea. A uniquely original, remarkably simple idea. Camp. A camp like never before, where kids with serious illnesses could simply be kids. Or as Paul liked to say, raise a little hell. He envisioned a place of possibility. A place where all the I can'ts are replaced with I cans. And dreams are free to soar. A place that, amongst the laughs, campfires, and sing-alongs, would provide these very special kids with the highest quality medical care in the safest and most inclusive environment possible. Little did Paul know the unexpected power his idea would have, sparking inspiration around the globe. From Connecticut to Cambodia, Ireland to Israel, and Ohio to Ethiopia. And now, that one simple idea, that first camp, and that inspiration live on as Serious Fun Children's Network, with 30 camps and programs around the world, delivering more than 1 million life-changing experiences for children with serious illness and their families, totally free of charge. Together, we can continue to grow and spread Paul's vision, united in one common goal: to create opportunities for more and more children to reach beyond illness to discover their awe-inspiring potential and a life without limits. We believe, as Paul Newman did, that a world of good can come from allowing kids to be simply, gloriously kids. This is the power of camp. This is serious. Serious fun.
Welcome back. Beautiful show so far, right?
So far, and we're not done yet. We have someone else that we are very excited to have on the show.
Yes. Councilwoman, 3rd District, a community specialist, a woman who really cares. You have to hear her idea of rebuilding the 3rd District and what she's doing. It's strictly phenomenal. And going with we're going to talk about what she did prior and what she's doing now in the future. Zanthia Oliver. Thank you, Councilwoman. Welcome to the show.
Oh, thank you, Ivan. It's a pleasure to be on Good Morning Wilmington. We go way back, individuals don't know, from South Bridge. Now we made it to the White House. Thanks for inviting me. We uptown.
Oh, and I told you, Vincenza, Zanthia is awesome. 3rd District, born and raised South Bridge, right? How many brothers and sisters?
8.
8 brothers and sisters.
Wow, big family.
Councilwoman, always been about philanthropy. A member of the sorority.
Delta Sigma Theta.
All right. And you're doing some great things in the 3rd District. Can you tell us about why you wanted to be a council person?
Sure. Everyone in my family, we all do volunteer work. My brothers help the seniors, drive them around. My brother Norman was always into politics. He ran the Stormers Classic League for umpteen years, a big turkey drive for over, I think, 39 years now. So I've always been in the background. We're working on his campaigns. My grandmother ran Senator Holloway, and I worked for Senator Holloway down in Dover as a page. So always been involved with community activities on the ground running.
Love it, love it.
So it's in your DNA.
Yes, yes.
There you go.
And I just like helping people. It's not about the money. You have to, this job doesn't pay any money, so it has to be about the love for the city of Wilmington.
Yeah, all about the love.
That's all.
And speaking of love, showed Dave Woolley a lot of love earlier in the week. What was that about?
Yes, I'm glad you mentioned that. That was a tearjerker.
Yeah.
Dave Woolley has been a educator, entrepreneur in the entertainment field for over 40 years. And he used to, he was the one who brought Ambrosius to life over there. He used to have Phyllis Hyman, Norman Cardinal, OJ's. I mean, you could.
That was jumping back in the day.
Yeah, that was the place to be.
Yeah. If you was young and in the city, that was the spot. Ambrosius nightclub was the spot. So yeah, Dave did some great stuff.
He put on a lot of boxing. I think he did the Sphinx.
The Sphinx and Tyson fight.
Tyson fight.
Yeah,
I remember that. So it was just an honor. He's been waiting. I know he had worked down to the riverfront for years when they first, before it was really developed. And I know he was trying to get some things, and something fell through with him and Julius Irving. But nevertheless, he's been trying to get something named after him for a long time. And just to see this week how emotional it was for him, for all the work he has put into the city of Wilmington, because he's truly been a Wilmingtonian in the entertainment field.
Yeah, yeah. Let's talk about the East Side, your district.
Wow, and that is really big.
What's going on? What's going on with that?
Okay, the administration started with
picking different areas of the city that were in dilapidated, communities and homes, etc., and some high crime areas. So they started with the west side. So they did the west side. If you ride over the west side now in the evening, it looks good. Daytime is clean. Officers are out. Around in this Wilm Hicks Anderson area, they really did a fantastic job. It's lit up over there, clean over there. I mean, it looks like night and day from, he's been in office 5 years. You see some pictures from 6 years ago to now. It's something that it's very noticeable.
Yeah, it was a lot of money they invested in the communities.
Yes,
in the
yes,
neighborhoods.
and the houses over there really looks good. And they did a lot of facade work. Speed dial. Now the next project is the east side. So fortunately, the arts money has came in, half of it. So he planned on spending like $30 million over there with just renovating some of the homeowners. I had a meeting at Stubbs to talk about the 3rd District. So a lot of the homeowners are still left over there, which is about maybe over a little bit over 100. So what we did was had their applications filled out, worked with Bob Weir and Real Estate and Housing, so their homes could be fixed first. So we have some individuals who need some facade work, some elderly people can use a bathroom, some handicap accessible work, and a lot of people have some roofing and front door issues.
Right.
So the mayor is obligated to take care of them individuals first, such as Hanifa's mother, people, Miss Peggy, they 90-something years old.
Yeah.
I mean, may have a front door or window, but just want to take care of the individuals who
Been there.
have been there
Right.
first.
Right.
So then they've talked to some of the landlords, and then they've talked to some of the individuals of rentals, but that goes back to landlords. Woodlawn Trustees owns a lot of them houses, but Central Baptist is doing some work over there. So the mayor has obligated, to help everybody out. But as long as I'm interested in the homeowners right now.
Yeah, yeah. You're also I think you ran the point on like this, what's safety aspect over there on the east side?
Well, we did the light up.
The light up.
Yeah, light up the east side. So I connected with a group called Help Initiative from Dover, and what they do is go around. They receive federal money from Lisa Blunt Rochester, Congresswoman, and Chris Coons. It's from federal money from Washington, and of course Carper. And what they have done, they go start from downstate, Sussex, Dover, and just work their way up. Whatever neighborhood needs some lighting done. Wow. So I was able to make contact with them. So they give everybody LED lights, so they come off. They censor
on the street on
right up. As long as you have a fixture, and if you didn't have a fixture, they come back and put in a fixture.
Nice.
Wow. So if you ride on, the east side, Clifford Brown, you'll see all these lights, and you wonder why, because it ups and it's LED.
Yeah.
So then I asked them, could we go in the northeast area? So we went in the northeast area and did it all around by Prices. So it's a good thing. I just try to do the best I could do for some of the constituents,
Yeah.
And you're listening to the needs.
Yeah.
You're paying attention to the needs, and I think that's what's so critical. Revitalizing the area is key, and that's what's happening. And you're there day in and day out. You know what's happening. You're listening to the constituents and what is necessary for the community to uplift the community, and that you're doing that. You're active, and that's what's important. So thank you.
Thank you, because if you light up the community, that deteriorates crime.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, that's what happens there. And so you're lighting up the community, but also you're doing like a good workforce development, some training going on.
Yes,
on the east side. That is very important, and I think you want to talk a little bit about that.
Yes, thanks, Ivan. I just had a minority contractor meeting at Stubbs last week, which consists of Jeff Starkey from L&I, we had Bob Weir from Real Estate and Housing, Earl Cooper, we had Del Dodd, and we also had Economic Development. And what occurred at that meeting, they were able to give some individuals who have small contracts and some information, because all this work that's coming. I'm an employment specialist by nature. I have a contract with Department of Labor to find individual jobs. But with that being said, we have got to, some of these guys, they have a business license, but they want to get there, they want to get in the game with doing some work over there. But Jeff Starkey told him, and Bob Weir, it's more than that. You need to get your economic development. You may have to spend $300 just for the proper license.
Right.
So Earl Cooper talked to him about getting a license with the state.
Yeah.
And Del Dot was telling him how to fill out an application. So sometimes, I mean, like Holly's been in business for years, but he didn't have like a state piece of paper that he needed to do a demo job. So it could be something small. So they did a checklist to show people, look, even if you want to start up a business, how to go about it.
Okay.
So I was just there, just like a vessel, a voice for the people to try to help them out.
Yeah, and you host job fairs too, correct?
Yes.
Nice.
The last job fair we did was over to the warehouse.
Okay, the teen warehouse.
The teen warehouse, where Logan and us, we set up and invited some employees out. 'Cause that's the main thing out here. People need jobs.
Yes.
And there are jobs available.
There
so
are
people
plenty of
every
jobs
time I go
available.
somewhere, now I'm hiring. I'm like, you can't say people aren't hiring, 'cause
Right.
people are
Oh,
hiring.
no, they're
So-
hiring. And it's the pick of the litter.
That's right,
You
that's
can
right,
go anywhere, and
everything.
if you're not happy, change it.
That's right.
I'm a
glad to hear you
firm
say that.
believer, be happy what you're doing.
Right.
Work is work. That's
Work,
not going
right.
to change. But if you love what you're doing, make that change. And now everywhere is hiring.
Right.
So that's amazing that you're offering those resources to encourage individuals to find jobs with the job
Definitely.
fair.
That's most important. It's trying to change people's lives out here, you know.
And I've heard about the teen warehouse.
Yeah, they're doing a great job over
Yes,
there. It's in the 3rd district.
I think we need to.
I think
bring
she's
them-
working on it. She's working
Okay,
on
good. We
yeah,
need to bring
she's
them
working
on the
all over.
show.
Yeah,
I've
in the
heard
3rd
of
district.
good things
Oh,
about the teen warehouse.
It's amazing.
It
It's
is.
amazing. And Vincenzo, when you look at like the last couple shows, right? We've been doing people that have been having nonprofits, right? And now we're talking about infrastructure, right? And workforce development that the councilwoman and other council members are doing in their specific districts that are helping people not the next stage of their life, right? The informational session was very important because all this development that's about to happen, the contractors, if I'm not mistaken, have to hire a certain amount of minorities to get the work done. And a lot of minorities don't know where to start.
Exactly.
And so I see what you did there.
So that meet was very productive. It was a nice turnout, and everybody was hugs, and everybody really appreciated it.
Yeah, I like it. I like it a lot. What else you got going on in the district?
Well, right now, we have a utility program going on at the city of Wilmington with people having issues with their water because of the pandemic. You have to be 18 years of age, and the city would assist you with at least $1,500. So a lot of people don't know that. So don't let your water bill get up and just lose your home because you have a water bill when it is a program available.
Wait a minute, you can lose your home because of a water bill?
Well, no, I'm just saying.
Oh, you scared me for a
No,
minute.
no. I'm saying, but some people have that myth that, you know, my water bill gets up, don't get it up to $5,000 and $6,000 when they have a program. When we have a program that you could pay, that will assist you with at least $1,500 of it and make payment arrangements. So no one will ever lose their house because of water. But people just get nervous, you know. I just don't want it to get out of control.
That's utilities across the board, whatever.
Across the board, as long as you're 18 years of age and you can show that you live at that address.
Nice, nice. I think that right there is definitely will be able to help the community. Dang it, City of Wilmington, I love y'all.
Yeah, the city, I mean, you know, I think Wilmington is a great place to be. You know, I mean, we're right in between Philly and between Baltimore. You can see the change around here.
Yeah.
And, you know, we'll be the next Atlanta if we keep, you know.
I'm here in Austin.
Yeah.
I'm here in the next Austin.
Oh,
That's
not
what I'm hearing.
bad, not bad.
I'll take that.
I'm here in the next Austin.
Take that.
Well, another thing I have going on is March the 10th, we have the insurance commissioner,
Okay.
Commissioner Navarro,
Right.
over to the warehouse to assist with some of the individuals who were affected by Hurricane Ida.
Oh, God,
Some
yes.
of them still had not
Yes.
received their proper due from insurance companies. So he's going to meet with the residents over there to assist with individuals, because once he makes a phone call to the insurance people, it'll be a different
it's
conversation.
a different conversation,
Yeah.
right.
Now, if you get a call from the insurance commissioner, that could put a whole lot of pressure issues on your company. So once, so long story short, a lot of them are going to meet with him on March the 10th. Be good to have you there.
Okay.
March the 8th, down at Howard Auditorium, we're going to have Del come out to talk about the new project that is occurring on Walnut Street with the bikes, the lanes. They may reduce one parking area opposed to 3. So we're trying to figure out how they're going to do that. So we want to get the residents involved. And Barbara Walsham was very instrumental, has been very instrumental in that. Right now she's a little ill, so we want to make sure we carry out her wishes. I also conducted several COVID testing. You know, we were doing that for a while with Dr. Coker.
Yes.
So we did
Y'all
that.
was running that.
We was running
Y'all
that,
running that.
right. Over
Yeah.
Prices, we did it down Bancroft, and right across the street, People's Settlement.
People's Settlement, yeah.
I worked in collaboration with Senator Brown with that. Then we did over the warehouse also with Aaron Bass at the charter school.
You hit all the hot spots.
Yeah, we hit all the hot spots.
I love it, love it. Then you got to keep us informed on what else you got going on so we can make sure we tell our audience about all the great stuff that's happening.
Okay,
all right?
I appreciate you. Thank you. And we're doing the smoke detectors next week because a lot of fires have been occurring. So we've connected with the fire marshal's department, and we're putting out, it's just a 1-800 number. It's nothing fancy. Don't have to think it's a 1-800 hotline number. I just don't know it right off. But if anybody calls, they're giving out free smoke detector. They will come out and install it. So that's really important.
Yeah, because fires has been really high right now. There's been a lot of fires in Wilmington alone. So make sure, and is there a website people can go?
The fire marshals.
The city website that they can see what's going on?
The city fire marshal website.
Okay, all right. We'll make sure we put that on the screen right here. All right, cool. All right, thank you so much, Councilwoman.
It's been an honor.
Thank you.
Honor's all ours.
Thanks again.
All right, and we'll be right back after this message, and we're going to have to close out. You ready?
Always.
Let's go.
Born ready.
We'll be right back.
Hello, DETV family. This is Dr. Rose Kokoza, primary care physician at Christiana Care. I'm reaching out to you because we know that the COVID-19 pandemic is still very much with us, with cases on the rise. Please continue to do what we know works. Wash your hands frequently, social distance, and wear a mask. Let's do what we need to do to move past this pandemic.
Have you signed up your nonprofit for Do More 24 Delaware yet? Last year, we raised nearly $2 million, and we plan to beat that in 2022, together with your help. Go to domore24delaware.org to learn more and sign up today. It's easy, it's free, it's your day. Now let's do it again.
Welcome back, everyone. Another great show.
Another amazing show, and I'm celebrating.
Yeah.
Someone look. Last time we did a show and I was eating on air, I had so many inbox remarks about me being diabetic. Like people were like, "Bro, come on, we need you around." I was like, "It's just a slice of pizza that I just nibbled the cheese off." But no. This is 100% vegan, and this is amazing. And this is by the lady that wrote this amazing children's book right here. So
Rachel Eva Naughton, who was another great guest on our show, so humble, so accomplished. We are so fortunate to be in her presence. I really believe that. And as well as other guests, we had Paolo Pesce, and we had Ryan Wolff from Phi Kappa Tau, and then we had Zanthia Oliver, a councilwoman for 3rd District. So we had some great people on the show, always learning about what's happening in our community, and we are just so fortunate.
Amazing.
Yes.
Amazing,
how's that dessert?
What dessert?
It's gone. Thanks for sharing.
Look, I know you didn't want to get nothing on that dress.
That's true.
True. She said that's true.
That's
but
true.
there's a piece for you after the show.
Thank you.
And speaking after the show, you can leave and then you can go donate on Do More 24. We're still going on. You have time. There's a lot of nonprofits that we interviewed on Wednesday. And did we do a nonprofit today? Yeah, well, one nonprofit today.
We've been interviewing a ton of nonprofits that are participating with Do More 24. So we're very fortunate that they're all coming to Good Morning Wilmington to get the message out. But definitely tune in, donate. DETV is always welcoming those donations, so thank you for your support and continued support.
Yes.
Speaking of support, sponsors.
Sponsor time.
Yes.
Dart, thank you. Out and About Magazine, Wi-Fi, Internet, Trust Construction Company.
Yes.
Thank you all. We really appreciate you. What you got planned for the weekend, Vin?
Work.
Chinza?
Work.
You looking at work again.
Yeah,
Every time I ask
gotta
her, she's like,
work. Working at the restaurant.
You can make a song out of it.
Yeah,
You can make a
let's
top
go.
20, 40 out of 40 hit. Woo, Billboard, working at V&M. But heck of a weekend. Be
Yes.
safe out there.
Yes.
Temperature's supposed to be cold, hot. What is it supposed to be tomorrow?
Everything probably.
Yeah, it's gonna
Everything.
rain, sleet, snow.
Yeah, just prepare
and the
for
sun come out.
all inclement weather.
Right, wear a turtleneck, hoodie, scarf, some shorts, some chicletas, and you'll be good. All right, we'll see you next week. All right.